Okay.
Yeah, this probably have another solid start state drive fail.
Okay. As the team moves forward to the next stage of events, you manage to get here without too much of an issue. After getting more or less an audience with Basidia, them requesting you to, you know, help save the current circumstance of their city and society. Right now, you are the only ones he can currently think of. Well, they're a mushroom. They can currently think of that can help out. And being the people that may or may not have caused it, uh, well, might as well help out and get something out of it. To stop the new wedding over the old one, and maybe use an old groom. Not entirely sure what you guys are gonna do. Either way, you're here. Traveling on the way, Basidia did state try to avoid mushrooms and moss as much as possible, but at a certain point, he did state it would be unavoidable. You managed to get here. Some skull thing attacked you out of nowhere, spoke to you, couldn't understand it, so you guys decided to fight. But to be fair, it launched the first eye ray first. You guys managed to defeat it, along with its other lackeys. Half your team technically almost died. Some actually did die, but with Nom Nom's Revivify, were able to be brought back. Now, they were supposed to turn into zombies. That part I forgot, but I'm just gonna say you killed them and then revivified them. Either way, Nom Nom's out of healings for the day. I forgot about the zombie part. Doesn't matter.
If they turn into zombies, one would be Rob, one would be White. Can't know who the third one would be.
But doing all of that, you managed to rest for a little bit. I'm gonna say Nom Nom has some of his healing back because I don't know what's gonna happen next. So let's see what'll happen. In the meantime, Brat collected some of the pearl eyes from this skull creature. And Toulouse, you were also there. Would you have collected some of the glowing eye orb things?
Yeah.
Okay, they're no longer glowing, but you still collect them. I'm gonna say Brack, you had 5. Toulouse, you had 5, and then Brack, you gave one to Gothos, the worst-looking one that you might have stepped on and put it in your pocket.
Yep.
Dirty miser.
Either way, those are the things you collected. But one of you did drag, I believe, wire through the moss to avoid damage, which honestly fair. So, something has awareness of you. You're just not entirely sure what that something could be. But Trip does state, right then, 74th attempt of, I really should go back to see what his first voice cadence was. Right then, thanks for saving my band and the like. That being the case, though, real glad we're not fighting right now. Right. So, you did take a short rest, so if you do roll your dice, you can roll your dice. I don't think any of you took that much damage. Like, I think the NPCs took the full assault of this guy.
Yeah.
So many deck saves and so many successes. Except for Kobo.
I mean, if we're taking a short rest, I might as well.
Yeah. But Trip does state, well, we're close to the fungal growth area that your friend Basidia mentioned. I've already changed its cadence. If we're all ready to go. If not, I don't know. If we stay in the cave system for a while, we might get attacked again sooner than later, or we can venture forwards. We've kind of made some noise here.
Did we look for some antifungal poultices?
You
In the
guys look
cave full
for
of
fast active 10 active. I think that's the brand. The fungal thing you put on your feet for athlete's foot.
Antifungal.
Yeah. Can't find any, so you press on, I assume.
Mm.
I'll ask you, do you move forwards or do you try to take a long rest?
Okay.
We really
DM.
want to be hanging out in an area with a bunch of commotion recently happening.
Probably not.
No.
But
Well,
Goth, as
That's
you were saying.
just the way you're saying it. You're like, do you want to?
no.
I mean, our NPCs are almost dead, and we can get into a big fight in the next area. Who knows?
Well, what flavor are those mushrooms?
No, let's do it. Let's go to the next area.
Okay. After a good amount of time, Brack's form does reform into his current shape. Into his former shape, which just same size as everyone else, except for being taller than everyone else.
Oh.
But reclassified as a
Plates.
small creature again. Sorry, medium-sized creature.
Medium.
Sorry, I'm honestly used to
No one
everyone being a
has to
small-sized
be
creature.
medium.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not a Felis.
And I believe Bract was leading the way, so Boom, what are you doing?
Walking towards Brack.
Okay. Walk towards him.
You leading the way?
Yes, yes. I will lead the way. Yes, yes. I will lead the way.
Did we want to explore this little area here real quick, or are we just good walking through?
You looking for any hallucinogenics?
I am not.
You think the beholder has like a stash or something? Maybe this is possible.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, there's mushrooms everywhere. I'm sure there's all sorts of distorted views of reality just growing in those caps.
Up to you guys. Do you guys look for a stash? Or his
recommend
stash,
against it.
air quotes? Alright, I'm just,
Well, I'll just
everyone's
I'll
being
look at
quiet.
it.
Those
I
of
don't
you
know.
that are looking for things, roll perception. Clearly, cowboys.
Perception.
Oh yeah,
Got
I
it.
found nothing.
Mhm.
Woohoo.
You just
Sure, I was doing little else during a short rest, alright?
You just rustle through a whole bunch of moss gobbo, dig up some mushrooms that, I don't know, they look different colored. They might be worth something. Gothos, there is nothing here except for the crystals, mushrooms, and moss. This type of creature would likely not house anything while on the move. It doesn't seem like this is its central home. If anything, it was just moving along a patterned path, and it just happened to be in the area. If it did have a home, this is not it.
Let's go already.
Okay.
Oh,
Dude,
And Toulouse, same but better, apparently.
okay. There's nothing.
well,
We concur. High five.
Just to be safe though, let me see what this thing could give you, because I'm pretty sure they had something. I could be wrong. Even though it makes no sense for it to carry anything.
We pull a set of gloves out of his mouth. Well, this doesn't make any sense.
It genuinely doesn't make any sense for it to be carrying anything. Like, how?
you can't
Well,
telekinetically things.
Got a
What-
big
Right
old
there.
empty cranium behind that fancy eye.
I don't like
do
how
we
this
need to
PDF
go?
is written. Toulouse, you stumble on a rock, and Gothos, you move it over, seeing something shiny. Both of you discover in total 46. Uh, 1,600 gold.
Oh,
Oh,
that was more than I thought.
yeah.
Uh, 1,900 silver. If I'm doing the math correct, anyways. And this doesn't make any sense. 3d6 500 GP gems. Oh, the
Gold.
amount.
Value of it,
Okay.
yeah.
That just looked weird. No gems. You get no gems.
Okay. So 1,600 gold. There's 5 of us. We'll call it.
Yeah.
We're gonna share this. We'll share it. So
Yeah.
It would be 320
Yeah.
per if you're splitting it 5 ways.
Yeah.
I was gonna do 300 each, and then maybe lose the 50.
I'm also going to be a little bit mean and give you no magic items, even though it says 1d6. But again,
Oh,
why would it have this?
Because it's in the PDF.
That wonderful, beautifully orchestrated thing. known
That
as
can
a-
never be wrong.
the PDF giveth to the player, and it taketh away from the DM.
Like, its
The PDF
layer...
give it, and
its layer is a mile long. How would you find its stash so easily? And why would it have a stash?
Natural 20 and a huge natural 19 from I don't know. Anyway,
Whatever. You found someone else's stash. This makes more sense to me. An adventurer that was crossing by likely dug up this place, buried their mounds of silver and gold, and you know what? I'm gonna give you a magic item. Toulouse, Gothos, roll D4. Sorry, D6.
You're not gonna make them roll deception?
No. Unless someone's trying to like stealthily keep this away from you guys.
oh, is it D6? Sorry.
Dun, dun, dun. I rolled a 1.
Slash R.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
One
just in case.
One. Should have been paying attention to the things I'm... You know what? I'm not going to use D&D Beyond. That made no sense.
Could have been that.
Okay. There we go. Toulouse, you found some arrows of slaying.
I love that delivery. Some fucking arrows of slaying. There.
And
That's
6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really should have thought of this one. Whatever. It's yours now. And Gothos, you rolled a Amulet of the Plains.
Oh. Well, that sounds nice.
How many arrows did I find?
It doesn't say, so I'm assuming 30, like every other thing
Okay.
tells me. Yeah, these are the things you guys find.
So this is planes as in planes of existence.
It's this. It's in Discord.
Okay.
Arrows of Slaying. An arrow of slaying is a magical weapon meant to be slaying a particular kind of creature. Some more focused on other creatures, for example, dragon of slaying, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say you can choose what you're trying to slay. So, like, if it's demonic, dragon, Gothos, Nom Nom,
Hey.
whatever. Angels, you name it. Just include that in the descriptor of your arrows. And the amulet, while wearing this amulet, requires attunement. You can use an action to name a location you are familiar with on another plane of existence.
Sorry. Yeah.
Right.
It's very rare, both of them. Maybe I shouldn't have picked the first list I found, but whatever.
It's a does it require attunement? Nice.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I have an attunement slot, so why not?
it's all fine because it's all just in the PDF.
This isn't in the PDF. I just
I
Googled list of rare items, list of magic items. And if I had to guess, I chose one that was alphabetical. So that's my bad. But whatever, I
You
don't
just
care
sort of like
anymore.
1 through 6. You could have had us roll 1 through 100.
I probably should have just used the table they told me to, which is in a different book.
Well, then.
that's fine.
Whatever. I don't care. It's there now.
All right. Well, we have a. Yeah, it looks like we might have a getaway card here. Did I have enough time to attune to it during the short rest? Or are we looking at
Along the
short
way.
rest?
Do arrows
Okay.
of slaying require tuning?
I don't think yours do. I think it's just a very good weapon.
Okay.
We'll
Just
use
like
it with a
something I
bow.
can load into
Oh,
a
no.
bow, right? Yeah.
Is it, or is it just a magic weapon?
An arrow of slaying is a magic weapon meant to slay a particular kind of creature, some focus than others.
Yeah, so I don't think you have to attune
No.
to it. You just be able to
Yeah.
fire it through a bow.
Yeah, you do need a bow or a crossbow.
I
or
have a
something.
bow. Yeah, I have a bow. A
Yeah.
short bow.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, you're a friggin' assassin now.
He's always been. Like,
Oh yeah, I picked
Straight
up
up.
a feat when I leveled up.
Nice.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyways, that's what you find. I don't know. Next time I'm just gonna use the chart they tell me to go into a different book to find, which, sure, I guess. I mean, it's the Dungeon Master manual, so that makes a little sense, but at the exact same time, why? Anyways,
Money, money, money.
an hour later, you find the hideout of where Basidia is. Sitting before you is an entire menagerie of myconoids, but not depicted. The only ones that you kind of care about are these three: Basidia, Stool, and Rump. Basidia, the current / former leader of the city that you may or may not have left to rot, which is fair. A whole bunch of undead zombie things were straight up attacking it, and well, don't
Help
want to deal
them
with
a
that.
lot in other ways.
But you bought anyone that Basidia could get out of the way to get out of the way. Stool and Rump included. Rump, a fierce warrior of the area, and Stool, a guy you met in prison. Nice guy. Basidia does welcome you, and
Is it slave camp? Thank you.
slave camp, imprisonment, same thing, different name.
Re-education center, workers hostel. I mean, these are all the same term.
Anyways, Basidia, you all well know that he brings out his spores and begins to go into the air. If anyone wants to, move away from them, that's fine. He just can't communicate with you without the spores. According to the
Sport up.
most of you have already been spored by Stool, so those that haven't, that happens as well. Rump doesn't care. He can communicate through the others easily through them to you. But other than that, that happens, and Basidia then states, right, thank you for coming. It has been quite some time. I'm glad most of you are doing well. And new faces as well. Yeah, how is it going? Not well, apparently. All right, my bad. Says Trip. Basidia then states, right, well, quite some time ago, we have heard word that Aramakis's complex cavern system has been infiltrated by both parties. The divinational being of slime and the infecting virus of Zuktmoy. These two demonic beings. Right now, what we want to do is get you as close as possible to its slumbering mind, rather. I will make sure that my spores protect you as much as possible with any other spores along the way that could potentially do you harm. Are there any questions before I detail the plan?
Nope, let's hear the plan, I think. Anyway?
Right.
Yeah, let's do the plan.
Well, my spores will neutralize the servitor spores, which are the ones that Zuckmoid produces and causes, well, those to be under her sovereignty. And this will only last for a few hours, so you must get to Armakis' mind as quickly as possible. With the spores in hand, you will be able to hopefully make rapport with Armakis' sleeping mind and awaken them to the potential dangers that you and it faces before Zuckmoy can, in potential reality, take over this expansive being and presumably take over nearly all of the Underdark. I don't know how this creature came about to the knowledge of this fungal network, but hopefully we can take care of it before it reaches the epicenter.
Okay, so if I'm reading this right, the plan is give us spores, let us handle it.
Unfortunately, as myconoids, we are far more susceptible, as we are far too close to the Zuckmoid being.
For sure. Do we have enough time for the rest? We just killed an undead beholder a minute ago.
I fear that any time to rest could potentially risk it, but I will leave it up to you since you are the ones I called for.
How does everybody else feel?
Um,
Okay.
actually, yeah, I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah, I'm less than half, I'll say that. I'm full health, less than half damage output.
I'm still
Missing
right
an arm?
spell
trouble.
slots. No, he needs a rest for spell slots.
Gathos wants magic.
Do you Myconids have any like special spores that'll re-energize someone and give them more energy, let them connect with their god more or something?
The
I
PDF
don't know how
doesn't
sp-
say.
I don't know how spores work.
But I could perhaps get you some spores that can give you a short rest.
We just had one of
Okay.
those. It's not enough.
Wait a second. How long
Yeah,
is it gonna
well-
take to get where we're going?
A few hours, and hopefully
Like
nothing.
maybe 6 hours?
I say we long rest them.
'Cause if it's
I'm gonna say like 4 hours.
okay, because if it's like 6 hours, then he's got Tannhauser. I can just help make a cot on the back instead of just attached to his saddle, and he can literally just sleep while we go.
Again, it's up to your own discretion. We do fear the worst, but we cannot draw any closer. I only have this contingency since they are around me, but if any draw too far away of my species, they can almost instantly be taken over.
Well, it's the cot thing. Like if we could drag him and he can rest while we walk, then that could work, right?
And I figured we could attach it to Tannhauser's saddle. That way he's still carrying him just in a reclining position. He can nap if everybody else is okay. Anybody down on HP?
No, I'm not. I'm good.
Am I like the only spellcaster here? No.
Yeah.
Boom.
I got charmed and wound up not actually casting any spells.
Plus you're a sorcerer, can't you regen a bunch on short rests?
Yeah.
I can.
Yes, but he's not a coffee lock.
Which is actually a homebrew thing, which is true. Anyways,
That is not a homebrew thing.
I'm pretty sure it's a homebrew thing.
No, it's
It's
a
not a
couple of
homebrew.
level.
It's a loophole in the rules.
It's a loophole in the rules. Basically, you use your warlock spells to regenerate sorcery points,
Oh, you're
to
talking
then use
about
to get
that. Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah, yeah.
sorcery points.
I
That's a coffee
swear I
lock.
saw somewhere that they literally made a coffee lock character build, not the
Yeah, if we
loophole
took
you're
a
I
talking
wouldn't be
about.
surprised.
Take
Whatever,
a
let's
short
try the
rest, we'll
cod.
use arcane recovery.
Yeah. That being the case, though, you have 4 hours to get there. I guess Gothos is sleeping through that.
Yeah.
I think I'll.
Is it only 4 hours?
A long rest, at the minimum that I like to do, is 6 hours.
Okay, so
Law egg.
If Gothos has something like catnap, I would say he could use that to
It's this
differentiate.
is becoming a bigger deal than I wanted. Let's just go. I'm okay with it.
nah, you
And
need your
eventually-
sleep. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Eventually, we're just gonna get a hammock that the guy just be mounted to my backpack, so he can take a nap while we're walking.
If it's a tunnel, can we just put a hammock on Tannhauser? So it's like
Yep.
Tannhauser's on the ceiling.
And just
Okay, I
do
recovered
that.
spell slots on your behalf.
Right.
And when we get there, there's no law that says we can't just like pause and scout the area for 2 hours to give it his last little bit.
I would state, though, that once you begin the process or beforehand, try not to make yourselves a potential risk factor to it, as there are defensive measures for its being.
Okay.
Why don't we just wait the 2 hours here and then head out?
Again, leave it to your
Sure.
discretion.
That work.
And even though the PDF says that I should accompany you, I will not, because I
That's
honestly
stupid.
don't help you when I do this. It
Weird
literally
prophecy.
states this.
The character I would like to come and exist near you while you do this. Thank you.
But with my spores, you are able to communicate with me at a vast distance, which makes more sense. Because at a game, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, I don't really like how the PDF is written. It literally states whenever you potentially face danger, they back up and don't do anything. It's not written in that way, but it's written in that way.
Whoa,
They're
man.
not supposed to help us with combat, but it's like an escort.
They're
mission
just
or something.
cowards.
But at any rate, do you guys, I don't know, faff around for 2 hours and then head out?
Faffing, don't we have to be of a different nationality to do that?
Whatever the saying is.
I like faffing.
If I can sleep in the saddle and make us just go, let's go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Let's boogie.
We'll just
I'm going to
zigzag our
say
way there.
sure, but I'm asking, do you wait the 2 hours and then head out?
As a team with Gothos, you're already asleep. You
Or do you go and then wait 2 hours there and then do your things?
Why don't we wait 2 hours there? Because then if shit's already going down, we can be like, alright, that was too bad. You didn't get a full rest. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
You're just taunting us now.
Yeah, that's why he keeps asking every time when
You're why we never make any progress.
He's really good at making us second guess ourselves.
Yeah.
Nothing happens along the way.
Now we gotta wait 2 hours.
You are approaching the cavern system where they mentioned that there is a large fungal and moss spore area. There's no way getting around it, but thankfully enough, you do have his spores that protect you from, well, being enslaved. There is a shrine system in the water that will help you commune with the epicenter of this being. However, ignore the point where it says the sovereign is there. Even as the myconoid sovereign thoughts fill your mind, you become aware of faint hissing and fizzing sound. The fungus around you dissolve to form a goo as something moves in the undergrowth to surround you. And I want everyone to go ahead and roll initiative / turn order. As two
Ooh,
black
no.
oozes emerge from underneath moss and shroom.
Oh, come on. We even saved the guy who oozes. Is this why? Betrayal.
If this is what I think it is, I am so fucked.
Things you love to hear at the
You have
beginning of a fight.
weakness?
Yes, the damage time of my weapon.
Okay, NPC turns. I'm gonna have
Man,
Trippy
I'm all
NPC
bad.
prime
We
time.
all bad.
Well, it's not that I have a weakness, but I just know if I do what I do best, then people may die because of a lot of oozes.
He's splashing us. Stop splashing us. I don't want it. Those are the best oozes I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree. Last time I fought Black Puddings, we TPK'd. Why? Because the fighter kept splitting up the freaking oozes.
But wait a second. Once you split the oozes up, they're basically half hit points, right?
Yes,
For
but
double
they
attacks.
they have the same damage output.
Yeah. So
And
It says
technically-
metagaming.
So their hit points half, but their damage output doubles.
that's horrible.
Yeah.
This concerns the team.
But yeah, that is me out of game metagaming. I know Bragdis just gotta charge in and just cut it in twain. Because
Okay.
he doesn't know these things.
Ba, 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 ba.
I'm wondering if we should just leave them in this tiny hut, the musicians, so they don't die. Can they cast through that? They buff us through all? No.
I think technically it's a different plane of existence, so no.
I don't think-
Tiny huts.
Mm.
You
So I
can
think-
make
but
out
it-
from the inside out,
I'm
but not
thinking
from
of
the
something
outside
else.
in.
He's thinking of rope trick.
Yeah.
trick's
That's
different.
my bad.
Tiny hut blocked magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stick your hand out while you're casting the spell, and then you pull the hand back in. That was the trick.
Yeah, but at any rate, these black slime things just begin to solidify. Well, not solidify, rather. It begins to make goo of its surroundings and then emerge out of nowhere, even though you heard the sounds sizzling, popping. Basidia, not there, did warn you of things, but, you know, you can't really do anything when it happens. Boom, you're up first.
Boom, boom, boom.
Elbow, shake and bake.
Sure.
Hold on, let me see something here. This may not be jeez. 10 foot by 10 foot panels. 5, 10.
Maybe we need to get them closer together.
Yeah, it seems like it, because, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 35, 40, 45.
50.
Yeah, they're kind of about 50 feet apart, so I can't really do that just yet.
Let's get
Alright,
them.
well, I'm gonna go ahead and use a bonus action to trigger Blade Song armor. And what's we gotta do here? I guess I probably don't want to be hitting the things yet. So I'm probably gonna regret this, but I'm gonna go ahead.
Step outside my zone of protection.
I will tell you I'll ramp these guys a little bit, so buyer beware.
Okay, just a little bit. Okay.
That's why you didn't want me to rest.
No, that's why I asked if you would or not.
So did I get it? Did we faff around for long enough, or should we have taken it at the beginning?
It's
Just so we're clear.
in the PDF. It did state when you're talking to Basidia, these things pop out. So they just come out of nowhere and attack you.
When we're talking Basidia, okay. I thought
Generally, it
that
would
was
have
one of the
been
mushroom
there.
dudes. It would have been like earlier.
Yeah, like you would have no chance to actually rest, which is why I was asking,
Just-
do you rest?
Sounds good. So we've got the journey ahead of us.
Yeah.
No, you're fully there, which is why I was asking, do you rest? But you guys said, no, let's rest when we're going and then faff around there, is what you said.
Yeah.
Which is why I
thought
said,
we'd, like, see the
okay.
mushrooms and then be like, all right, okay, there's the mushrooms. That's
Yeah, anyways, Boom, you were saying.
I was saying that I was done with my turn.
Oh, I did not hear that part.
Neither did I.
So wait, you just bait?
Bracked.
I'm gonna
I'm not
walk
gonna
to
do
Good
yonder.
idea.
I'm gonna walk to yonder. I am going to rage. Oh, that is something that happened.
You rage, and that is something that happens.
You're angry at this pudding. Fun
In
sentence.
general, I'm generally mildly infuriated. Yes.
You're experiencing moderate amounts of ire.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna attack this esteemed gentleman rather recklessly.
Fist, sword, axe, magic, or non-magic for you.
Yeah, my non-magic general disgruntlement.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yeah, I don't just slashing damage. Yes, now I remember. I'm not the detriment of the party.
You're pure radiant.
Yep. That is what the sword does.
You have a lightsaber? What is this sword?
Basically.
from what I remember, isn't it the Sunblade or whatever?
No, it is one of the things that happened because. Oh, what we talked about this. That
Yeah,
was
we
one of
did.
the
I just
things-
don't remember specific.
Mhm.
That is from me getting my wings and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
It's not because of it.
Like you were able to
particular weapon.
switch the effect of the damage to radiant.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Your
My-
ascension.
Anyways, you bash into this creature with a holy radiant glow. However, it doesn't feel like you actually cut through the thing. It just seeps in. You just did standard rage, right? No, what's it called? Reckless attack?
No, that was reckless.
I didn't hear that part. Okay, 21 does it.
That
You recklessly bash into this thing, Radiant, causing 27 points of damage. You can tell this thing wobbles around, but it feels like something was going to happen, but didn't. You're not entirely sure what it was doing, but it was doing something.
it's a shake and bake. Well, let's try that again, shall we? That's a 16 hit.
A 16, yes, even with its new ramped up armor class.
So,
26.
26.
You bash into this creature again, and it feels like it's weirdly warping as if trying to split apart. However, it does not, and it does take the full brunt of the damage. It's not bloodied, but it's definitely dang near close to it.
You're
Oh,
cauterizing the
I
wound.
forgot to do something when I raged. What is number 2 on my wild magic table? Ah! I didn't walk there, I teleported there. Good
You
to
just
know.
teleport there.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I can teleport 30 feet, and when I start raging, I teleport 30 feet in any direction that I please. happened.
It's not a bonus
Could you-
action yet, so you can just use it if you want to, unless you're.
Yeah.
Oh wait, rage
it's when
was your
I-
bonus action. So yeah, you just
Rage was my
teleported there.
bonus action. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I
Is that
started
a
raging,
one-shot
I go,
use? Is that a one-shot use, or do you do it as long as you're raging?
I can do it every turn as long as I'm raging as a bonus action.
Yes.
Did you not say "and" when you rage for the first time?
Yeah,
No.
so that's why when I said I didn't walk there, I teleported there because
Yeah.
I raged on where I was standing, and so thus I teleported.
Brack's just being lazy. Anyways,
Uh,
you do.
And
Someone
you know
showing
what?
off.
I am gonna use my action surge because why not? And I'm gonna punch him some more.
Wings aren't good enough for Brack. He has to teleport too.
Okay, still reckless, so 23 does hit.
Yep.
Just whacking him again, good amount of damage. You have another movement, I believe.
I still have movement, yes.
Yeah.
But you need the bonus action to teleport.
22 does hit. Oh yeah, no, I mean like he can walk or fly now, with
Hmm.
with his class effect of basically taking an extra turn.
Being a fucking angel.
Okay, another 50. He's definitely bloodied now, but thankfully enough, radiant damage is radiant damage.
At least it's not slashing. Yeah,
Anything
you know
else?
what? I am gonna take a walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Do you have a thing that doesn't give you opportunity attacks?
Yes, I do have the mobile feat.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Now he's showing off.
Ooze. Ooze is very slow. Yeah, 20 feet. Yep, but
Not
can
that
get to you
slow.
guys.
Oh, there we go. Straight
Yeah.
into Gotas. All according to plan.
Yeah. Thanks, Brack.
Wait. I'm gonna see if it would consider going to you guys or Boom first.
I should have put just myself close enough so it could still get to me. That was the plan.
Yeah, I would probably go for the self-isolating individual. Yeah, it's just gonna go for Boom.
I feel like that's what they wanted, though.
Probably, but they didn't say they held an action. They just said they ended turn.
Yeah, it didn't even dodge.
Your weapon is magical, so nothing happens to that. Yeah, it's gonna straight up try to punch you. It's 1d20 plus modifier.
That
21 does
misses.
not even hit. Boom. And yeah,
That's a pretty high C wizard.
Like I'm-
Nice.
missing by 1, which is annoying. Gatos.
Yes, well, considering the... Yeah, well, alright, we're under attack. Band members, maybe back it up a bit. I attack with, hey, my shield, because that's my weapon.
My face is my shield.
22.
Okay, bludgeoning radiant, and your shield is magical, so nothing happens there. You just smash in this thing, and it grows 2 sizes too small.
Wait. Hmm?
You just like splattered half of it on the ground,
Yeah.
and it's close to death. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm not gonna choose any of this. Screw it. Another attack. 17?
Yep. Its new AC was 16. Yeah, 17 does hit. And with the remaining health of 3, you just straight up kill this one.
Yep.
Flat.
But alright, yeah, I'm just gonna move back over here. Hello everyone. Got it, Bract? You did the other one real good. I'll just be here. Turn over.
Okay. Toulouse.
I guess I'll summon Toll of the Dead. That'll do damage without like. What's this again? Hold on.
Toll the Dead is best used against things that have already been damaged. This thing so far. So,
It hasn't been damaged yet.
but you do have like a throwy knife that returns to you. That's magic.
It has been dealt damage, by the way.
Oh, it has been?
Oh, sorry. The new one hasn't. That's my bad.
I'm sorry. Okay. I thought I had to. I don't know why. I thought they both had been damaged. Okay, I'll just use my throwy dagger. That's because it has to be magic, right? So wait, is Gwyn and my fire sword, are those magic?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna use my new feet. But if I slice into it, won't it?
No one has any reason to believe that.
I'm scared. Okay. I'm gonna go try to. How far away is it?
It's not that far. Like
Okay.
less than
I
30
can
feet.
make it. I can make it over there. I'm gonna go over to it and use Twin and Flynn. Because I got. How do I do it at the same? Because I got dual wielding now.
Yes.
You just do an
So-
attack for both.
Okay. I'm just excited to use it.
22 does hit, 24 does hit. And I'm surprised Flynn doesn't have a higher attack boost.
I think it
She-
should.
Gwen
Okay.
needs another 1d8. It looks like we put that in the notes because you can't program more than 2 damage types into
So I
the
need
macro.
Oh, so this got confusing. I'm sorry. So
Just,
Gwen needs a 1d8.
just slash R1d8 in electric. It looks like. If I'm interpreting what we've written there correctly.
Oh, you just rolled low. That's why it feels weird. Makes sense.
Roll 1d8. Did I roll? Yeah, I did. I rolled low. I rolled high there though.
Slashing into this creature, you hurt it significantly, but not enough to kill it. As you do so, it does split apart, and the two become general shapes of each other. However, you still hit them pretty hard to begin with. But there's
And I
now
get-
2 things there.
Do I get another attack? Or
No, that
no?
was both your attacks, but because there is an ally nearby, do you get to apply sneak
your sneak
attack,
Big
attack.
attack?
Mega attack.
to the initial hit?
The
Or
initial,
which-
they all hit, and sneak attack hurt. Okay, this thing is heavily hurt. It's not bloodied, but it's close to it. Although now there's 2 of them, so, kill them before they do anything else. I believe you have 5 feet of movement if you want to take it.
Sure. Sorry for leaving you with 2. I'll go ahead and head back.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure you have the defensive feat as well.
Oh wait,
Rogues,
I think I have something else.
I
What
know you
is
have
it?
something that's basically the equivalent of it. Or is that boom?
Is it like the the uncanny
I have to-
dodge
Yeah.
action that lets her
No.
disengage.
Yeah, I have that auto disengage for whatever I attack.
Is that a cat thing?
No, it's a mobile feat thing.
It's the mole feat.
Okay.
I don't think I
Um,
have anything for
No,
that.
you can do it as a bonus action.
It's a
but
bonus
you use
action,
the
that's what I'm
bonus
thinking
action
of.
to
Yeah.
attack. Use the bonus action to attack.
Oh, she did. Wait, she
Ah.
did? She just swung her swords once each.
Yeah, rogues don't get 2 attacks. Rogues
So
get
you have to do
sneak
the
attack.
offhand attack.
So the offhand attack is the 2-weapon fighting, so you can't use disengage because you used it to attack.
You use uncanny dodge if it hits me.
That's true.
That
So
is true.
hop away. Hope it doesn't hit me. Let's.
Ba, 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 ba.
Which one
Oh.
of the two? You got there are 2 now.
And because I'm dual wielding, my armor class is now one
A
plus
little
one.
higher.
Like 2-weapon handing is good because you can use not daggers. So
Yeah.
that's good. But at the exact same time, whatever. Anyways,
Oh,
it goes for a
so
swing.
this is using 2
It
D8
misses.
weapons. Yeah.
With a +8 to it, it doesn't even come close. Kubo.
Alrighty then.
Oh man, there are 2, right?
Yeah. Both
Yep.
heavily hurt.
Yeah.
I'm going to run over here. I'm going to gauge. Perfect.
No front.
Puff out my chest and breathe fire at this thing.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Is he just fucking with us, or are you lighting a room full of spores on fire? Who can say?
Signaling everybody where we're at.
I don't know, man. Light it up. It's your turn.
Okay. Using the... I'm going to butcher the name. Axar's Scorchers, you shoot out...
Anazars.
Whatever you
I just
said,
say
Scorcher. It shoots out and causing them a dex save. Ba, 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 ba. Oops. Wrong thing.
Sure. Ouch.
And I moved to make sure that nobody else was going to get burned because it's just a straight line.
Yeah, people are fine. People are fine. This thing has a -3. Boom, boom, boom. So that's a 13, and that's an 11.
I got to roll twice.
There are 2 of them.
Oh,
I'm assuming you're doing the
it's 5
smart
foot-
thing and, like, cutting through the middle?
Yeah.
Even though I
Yeah,
didn't
'cause
point to
it's
the
5
middle?
feet wide. Yeah, it's 5 feet wide, so it can't hit both. Okay, so yeah, they both fail. They both take 21 points of fire damage.
Yeah, it burns into them, and you can feel that it has done quite well against it.
Yeah, I think that'll be it. I don't have a bonus action I can really take, and I think I'm good here.
Okay, these things are now considered bloodied, just making sure that's you're aware of that. Okay, one's gonna go after Brock, other one's just gonna continue to harass Boom with this guy. Nope, doesn't hit Brock, doesn't hit Boom. Nope, nope. And out of game, it doesn't heal itself because it got hit with fire.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, good job. That's the only reason why the other one survived to its turn. Anyways, yep. Trip says, I think you got this. Good job. Give Spartak inspiration to Boom. Wire gives... Oh, wait. Trip's tapped out. Trip can't do nothing. Trip can't do nothing other than play a nice jingled song. I guess he can do Vicious Mockery to the thing. Wisdom save. Yeah, it takes the D4 and can't make reactional attack. The one next to Boom quivers but doesn't do anything else. Wire gives Bardic to Boom, and Volt backs up. Also does her thing. I'm pretty sure this thing has a negative modifier. Yep, -2. Fails as well. Take another d4 for the other guy. Yeah. These things are bad. Nom Nom has a little bit of healing left, but no one actually took any damage. Because these things keep missing. Boom. So much for buffing them up if they keep doing so bad.
Great. Well, I guess I don't have any especially good solutions.
Look it in the face.
Let me double check one thing here.
Sure. As you look at the list of potential things, you do see that the environment is around you. There's now 2 slimes, but they're generally about same size as everyone else, but thankfully enough smaller. You do see that the ground itself is a little bit on fire, but it's not spreading so far. It's just, there. And everyone else seems to have spread far enough that if an AoE attack was to happen, which hasn't happened, so you don't expect it to, not everyone could get hit.
Wait, what do you mean by an AoE attack and not everybody getting hit?
I don't know, I'm just
Somebody
talking.
was expecting me to fireball instead of breathe.
I wasn't sure. I'm also just faffing until you figure out what you intend to do, Boom.
No. And I saw this thing split in half and Toulouse attacked it.
Yeah, like their sword cut it in half, it seemed. It did do the damage,
again.
it just looked like it cut it in half.
Bifurcated the beast.
No, cut it in half.
That's what bifurcated means.
I know I'm making a joke.
I forget it.
Split in twain. No, cut it in half. What do you not understand? Yeah.
All right, well, whatever. I am going to dance around this one ooze going around it to the south. And I am going to decide maybe I should leave this to the experts and cast Thunderstep.
Everybody in 30 feet gets it, right?
I think so.
It's 10.
10 feet.
10 feet. Okay.
Yeah, it's just 10 feet. You can teleport up to 90 feet, but it's only a 10.
Yeah, it's 10.
Okay. I was having a minor heart attack. Wait, what? Boom, it's
You
trying
thought
to
you were
murder
going to
me?
get hit,
go,
but
the
you've got so
team.
many hit points.
You're forgetting something. Brecht is rather cross at the moment.
Darn.
You
He's what?
use your Thunderstep to bamf away. Constitution save. Oh, it has +3. Cool. And I did not modify it to make it a little bit stronger, so that was me. 8 and 21. So the one next to Brock takes a little bit less, but thunder damage begins to. Thunder damage. Thunder damage begins to erupt, emitting the sound that begins to make them coagulate again. And thankfully enough, it's thunder damage because lightning would do something else.
Beasts.
The one to the south seems very, very hurt, close to death, and the one next to Brack is bloodied and close to death, but not as close as the south one. Let's see what Brack has to say about that.
What Brecht has to say about that?
It's your turn.
Murder that kill.
Yes. The war cry of my people: murder, death, kill.
As Brecht is gotta take a new tactical position.
And I feel like there's a seashells joke in here because we're fighting black ooze.
As he is going to contemplate his life and then recklessly attack this guy.
You should cautiously attack recklessly.
Nah. I think that hits. For 24.
Yeah, this thing just gets splattered into the ground.
And then I turn around to my previous opponent as I walk to over here. And then I will punch that one as well with great anger, frustration, and recklessness. 18 hits, right?
AC 16.
Or 26.
You just barely not kill it. You swing into it with radiant damage, causing it to be hurt, but not so much that it dies straight out. But it's just barely holding on.
And then for my bonus action, I will swing again. That's how the
Oh, no.
Well, with only 4 HP remaining, it does not want to die. So it just warps around your weapon as you bash through it, not dealing any damage.
Well, is it just sticking around my weapon?
No, it does the whole, like, as you try to slash through it, it goes under and warps around it.
Ah, so it's not clinging to my weapon, and
No,
it's like,
it
how
just-
the hell am I getting this off?
It just does the limbo thing. Gathos, as you rush over. Unless, oh wait, you attack for your bonus action, so no, you can't teleport back. You can move, technically. Gathos just
But I
kills it off.
shan't.
Those comes over and, you know, kind of like stomps on it. The last little cockroach, you know, it's like, yeah, good work, Brecht.
Bashing it in, it just splats everywhere else. And, well, I didn't expect it to be this way, because I thought the enemies would do it. But it's you guys that did it.
What do we do now? Oh, jeez.
Here we go. I should probably make the. Let's go with Wicked Plan. That makes sense. Did not expect that song.
There's a sentence you'll love to hear out of your DM. Let's go with Wicked Plan. That works.
I thought it was like a more ominous sound. No, it just
Kind of
Bongos.
funky.
Anyways, as these black puddings begin to dissipate and fade away, just making sure you don't get random treasure.
Yeah.
What is your...
Just checking if you do or don't is
Stub my
what I
toe on
meant.
this
The
rock and
sword
found
of the
80 platinum.
creator. No.
Nope. As the fires in, well, small fires, but fires nonetheless, and that's a very big problem to, you know, moss and fungal growth, begin to illuminate the area. Soon enough, you do see those of you with a past perception of 15 or higher, which is Toulouse and whoever else. I just know Toulouse has it.
Yeah.
You do see that the moss guts it out as if it's alive. But soon enough, you can tell that the pastel colors of the fungal transform the caverns you see pass through into softly glowing meadows. The floor is spongy, and the mechanoid spores are making you start to feel. I read the wrong thing. No, read the right thing. Are making you feel drowsy. At least you hope that's what's behind the strange sensation. Then you feel the ground beneath you shift as something moves. A number of thick, spiky tendrils burst from the ground. And we are still in combat.
Gasp.
The gasp.
Legasp.
More. The gasp.
Oops.
Just making sure the... Okay.
Come
I
on.
still have an
Does-
attack left.
Just throw the next death tyrant at us.
Is
Mm,
this
Here.
Just describe to us what we're seeing now.
These spiky tendrilled beings emerge from the ground out of nowhere. Gothos, it is still your attack pattern action. I just need to roll. Okay. And okay. You know what? I'm just going to show you the rolls.
Ba-da-ba.
Plus a modifier. Okay. They have no modifier for initiative.
Mhm.
So it's straight up what they got. Okay. Weird tune for this.
Well,
It's still Gothos' turn as he sees these things emerge from the fired area and, also behind you by the band and Kobo.
and I feel as though this is the sort of aggressive, attacky emergence.
The tendrils came out in a ferocious pattern, as if ripping from the ground itself. 24 does hit.
I will attempt to use my bonus action to shield bash it. Did I have a thing for that? Sure I did. It's been so long. What is shield bash? It's a shove, strength athletics check contested by the target's athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, it chooses. And this is the prone thing, right?
Yeah.
You just have to beat a 23.
Oh, jeez. Lucky me. Athletics.
You have a better modifier than I do,
I got
and you
it.
rolled lower.
21. Unfortunate. I
You
already
have a bardic
used...
inspiration, don't you?
Did I get one?
I gave one to Boom and Volt. I forgot to give one with Volt's thing, so no.
Oh, I thought Boom,
There it is
Gothos,
then.
and Brackdoll got one, or Boom.
Yeah,
Gothos,
yeah,
and Toulouse.
4 hours ago. They only stick around for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
No,
gone now.
I thought. Yeah, okay. Sorry. My mistake.
Wire gave one to Boom, so that's still around. Volt forgot, aka me forgot, so no one else has one, and trips out of them.
And we're done.
Okay. You try to shield bash, but it doesn't quite work, but you deal a significant amount of damage with your weapon. Toulouse, these things come out of the ground after fire was expunged. So you probably know what caused it. I'm going to say, unless you had a pass perception of 15 or higher, no one else probably knows. But Toulouse, you for sure know.
Okay. I'm gonna go to this one. I guess right there. And I'm gonna use my 2 attacks again.
Okay.
My Gwen. And I gotta roll a d8 with this one, right?
Yes, with Gwen specifically.
Oops, that's the wrong thing. Let's go.
Okay.
And then
Unfortunately, 13 did not hit, and I gotta stop giving my creatures 16 AC.
no, you don't.
If there's an ally, engage
Oh,
with
yeah,
the creature
sneak
within
attack.
5 feet.
Leg attack.
That's why I went to the.
Okay, so that is 18, 24, 30, 41. You just smash into this thing quite heavily. It's not bloodied or dead, but you did deal a good amount of damage to the point that you might get attacked next turn. Any movement beyond what you've already moved?
No, that's it.
Okay. Kobo.
Okay. Did you say anything else, Toulouse?
Nope.
Just checking.
Thanks.
I'm up with this thing right here, right?
It's like right next to you.
Okay.
You didn't think, oh, fire back.
Here,
You can't imagine why.
here, and that should be another scorcher for both of them.
Yep. What's the
Alrighty.
save again?
Puff out my
Czar Scorcher.
Just post it. It's gonna tell me anyways.
There we go.
Dex save. Okay, it has no dex modifier, so just needs to save. Nah, they just take the damage, so...
31.
Fire erupts into the area once more as these two things get burnt with flame and swords. Thankfully enough, these aren't oozes, so they don't split in half. But they did get dealt a good amount of damage. The one by Toulouse is now considered bloodied.
Someone had an inkling that fire was.
Anyways,
Nobody told me.
Gothos
it's my
also stop
favorite
metagaming
form of
right there.
attack.
Kobo, anything else?
If I back away, I'm gonna get attack opportunity, so I guess I will go ahead and stay close for now, especially considering Wire's right there. Maybe it'll attack me and not Wire.
It's possible.
Well, I did just burn it. It should be looking this way.
A squishy little dragon.
18. As you begin to see these things get ready to attack, you do see another tendril pop out from where Boom is. As soon as I can paste the thing. There we go. Actually, it would make more
Another
sense
one.
if it was here, because fire.
I'm not the only one that noticed it, right?
Kinda are.
I don't know. My NPCs don't have passive of 15, so...
I do. Yay.
Brock, you noticed that the fires got engulfed by the moss, and then these things sprouted mere moments afterwards.
Alright. I
Anyways.
want to mention something. I don't know if I could do it in between turns, but
I did.
I will
ask
say you
if said
can,
anything
but it
else.
will eat up
well, I
your
didn't
reaction.
earlier. But now that another one's summoned, I want to be like, hey, I think fire's doing that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Toulouse, you say to the team. I'm pretty sure you can talk a sentence as a reaction.
Yay.
This thing emerges out of nowhere next to Gothos. Thankfully enough, you don't have flanking mechanics. Neither does the enemy. It's gonna attack Gothos.
Sutalo.
Hello. Hello.
All of you get hit with with transmitted images of fire, brimstone, and vines attacking you. This isn't a psychic attack, it just means these things are going to attack you. First, this thing tries to bite into Gothos.
Okay.
Nope, doesn't hit even with its modifier. And then with its tendril attack. And unfortunately, I don't want you to get hit because something auto happens when you get hit. Plus modifier. Nope, current AC is 23. And nope, too low. With another tendril attack. I'm just gonna roll turn order for this guy. Also rolled a 12.
This is getting complicado.
I can't believe so many of you rolled so poorly.
Blame the players.
I am.
Yes, play. But we all know that it means one particular person.
On NPC's turn, Trip goes, you got this! They're gonna do their whole attack psychic thing. Fail, and success. Yeah, just barely. The guy next to Boom is fine. Sorry, Kobo is fine. These two get hit with psychic damage. Can't take reactions this turn. And these are going to be the last ones, but Volt gives inspiration to Gothos, and Wire gives inspiration to Kobo. Currently, the dice is a D8. And Nom Nom backs up to give potential defense, holding his action until someone gets hurt. The one next to Kobo and Wire will attack next. We'll go for a... Yeah, it's probably going to attack Kobo. That does make sense. That hits.
Certification of Kobo.
And I want you, Kobo, to make a Constitution saving throw. Hello?
Kobo.
Maybe he's about to... Yep, there is his connection failing again.
Hello?
Bobo.
Oh, there we go.
Kobo, con save as this thing bites into you.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'd lost audio. Okay, con save. Save into con.
Yep. Well, hopefully.
Excuse me, I'm gonna roll that now.
Okay. If you feel like that's going to succeed, you can not do anything.
I'm gonna throw my D8 on it.
Okay. Yeah, you succeed.
So that turns into 22.
This thing bites into you, and you feel a very nauseating sensation coming over you. However, you bypass it with your own strength and maybe a little bit of Wire strength. Who's to
Wait a
say?
second. Can I ask if this was a poison damage attack?
It's not a poison damage attack.
Okay.
Right.
It is technically a disease, which wouldn't affect Gothos. Not that you
Before
know
I
that.
jump in and say it.
Because he already has a diseased mind.
Anyways, Tentacle then does its whole two attack thing. And hopefully it doesn't hit you, or otherwise it does its auto thing. It hits you. So first you take 12 points for the bite attack. But you don't sustain the... What was that?
Yeah, isn't he again? Alright, did he make a bite attack for my first attack?
Yes.
What did he roll on my first attack? I missed part of this, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I might have to...
They rolled
mess stuff up.
18 plus their modifier, which goes above your 16 AC.
Well, yeah, but what is the modifier plus 5? So could they hit a 21?
Are you going to reactivate shield?
I was going to activate shield. I didn't realize I'd already gotten bitten once. I just rolled the con save because that's what you said when I came back online.
Okay. I thought you heard the first part.
No, I'd lost audio for like 20 seconds. I missed a bunch.
Well, both of them are going to hit you.
You
And
feel
only
like
can
it's
shield
going
for
to
one.
bite into you. I am not going to say whether or not it will with a +5.
I'm
I'm going to be a little mean with this guy.
Okay, I will go ahead and cast shield. That's my reaction and one spell slot. Until the beginning of my next turn, I have a +5 to AC.
Okay, so that AC is now 21.
Yes. If you want to re-roll the attacks, please. I understand. I missed it.
Yeah, sure, why
Get out of
not?
the way.
16 plus modifier. This time around, it does not bite into you. But I'm going to do the tentacle thing as well. So. Ba-ba. Tentacle still hits. So the first bite attack, you don't get any damage, but the tentacle wraps around you, and the tendril does have like little barbs that dig in, dealing bludgeoning damage. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of piercing damage. And you are a medium or smaller creature. So you're now classified under grappled. And you would need to make an escape check on your turn to escape it, unless you have, like, you know, something you do.
Yeah. Now, because of the bite that didn't happen, did I not use my bardic inspiration?
Yeah, let's say that happened.
Okay.
But it still has another tentacle attack. But instead of that, it will do the tentacle slams, and it does have you. So with this tentacle, it just slams you into the ground, causing it to, you know, you be released. But it still hurts. Go ahead and do another con save.
Okay.
Or potentially be stunned.
This is the
I
price
will.
of our ignorance.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will keep the 18.
Okay.
I will keep the 18.
You pass. Slamming into you, you still take 10 points of damage, but you are not stunned.
Oof, stunned is the worst.
Yeah.
And that is its turn. Boom.
Whoa.
This thing's burrowed up from the ground, right?
Yes. It, like, first with its tendrils dug out forcefully, showed you an image of fire, tendrils, and bloodshed.
The ruler's not showing up on the screen right now, is it?
Your arrows? For me, it is.
Circle?
Okay.
Yeah, I can see him.
All right. So what I'm debating on is drawing a wall around. Looks like 70 feet worth of wall would surround them. Then that leaves underneath. Now the wall would be 10 by 10 panels. So that would actually leave me with
The roof is like 15 feet up.
All right. Well, I'm not worried about the roof. I'm worried about the floor.
I'm just making sure, like, dimensions are noted.
Yeah. 10, 20. Yeah, it looks like it's less than 30 square feet. So what I was thinking is 70, 7 of the panels to surround them wall-wise, and then have 3 of the panels flat on the ground below them to essentially block off the floor. Would that actually work?
So you're digging up the moss, or rather making a force wall in gutting the roots of the moss?
A forest wall? Is it a wall of stone? What's
It's a
happening?
wall of force. No, basically the idea is to essentially push them up away from the ground so that they're kind of in a wall of force cage.
Yeah, I understand
It
what you're
is
saying.
possible for it to be free floating. Yeah, and it says if the wall cuts through a creature's space and it appears the creature is pushed to one side of the wall, my choice which side.
Yeah.
So you cut them off at the ankles and make them go up.
What's the requirement of action?
There isn't anything to defend against on it since it's temporary.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
like, is it a bonus action, a minute, an
Oh,
hour?
it's a full action,
Okay,
and
cool.
it lasts for 10 minutes if I concentrate on it.
Do you do so?
Yep, I think so. And so the idea is to split it between Kobo and the one that's grappling him, so that they're pushed. So he's pushed out, the other one's pushed in, and then they're both sandwiched.
Oh, I stopped being grappled when he slammed me on the ground. But I'm still right.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Either way, the idea is to make sure that they're separated from the group, and that's basically all my turn then. I'll go ahead and
Can
draw an
magic
actual
pass?
barrier.
Can magic pass through the wall of force?
No.
No. Not unless it's a temporal magical spell. So like fireball, not like firebolt.
Nothing is allowed to pass through, but you're allowed to have effects originate inside because you can see it.
That's
Is that what you're
I mean.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
As long as you don't have to see the point.
Yeah. Thankfully enough, Force Wall is transparent, I believe. So it's there.
Yeah, it's invisible, according to the description.
You just clean up that wall real good. A bird will hit it if there were birds.
One
Your
of
bat,
those,
Birds.
one of those underdark birds.
your bat contemplates just jamming its head towards the glass of the Force Wall. Boom, anything else?
Cracked attack.
I didn't hear anything, but okay. Brecht.
I'm done with my turn.
Thank you.
Let me see. Well, I was gonna teleport to here and be a shield to tripwire and Volt, but now that they are in an eternal cage,
For 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna
Cage match.
just
Cage
gotta-
match.
I am gonna yoink myself to there, and I'm thinking it's time to trim the hedges a little bit.
Okay. You contemplate trimming the hedges as you see a Force Wall cage in these other two, and then dig up the roots of these beings to, float a little bit.
Me and my glorious greatsword, I'm gonna trim this creature a little bit. The first attack, 12 probably misses, I guess.
12 does miss. Remember, I said I gotta stop giving my enemies 16 AC. It typically had lower AC, but I thought, a +2 bonus wasn't that difficult.
That's a 16 hit, though.
Unfortunately, it does.
Okay. Well, it takes 26 points of radiant damage.
Odin get hit by the two siblings of swords. You bring in your own sword, dealing radiant damage. This thing is heavily hurt now. Considered bloodied, and well, it's a thing.
That's me turn.
Okay. Gothos.
I will just continue to clean up after Bract.
I said it's bloodied, not dead. 28 does hit. You smash into this thing. It's not dead, but it's bloodier.
Alright, you already said it, so I'm not going to juice it. I'm debating whether I'm... Ooh, natural 1. Never mind. But I did hit with one of my attacks, so I can attempt to shield bash it.
Yeah, if you use your bonus action and bash in.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, +3. 20.
Oh. Oh.
Hooray! Yeah, it's still mobile.
The DM gets... Well, what else am I going to do? They're in a bubble. I'm not going to waste any of my spells on this. We'll be fine. Toulouse is going to tear this thing to shreds.
Yeah.
And
You
Was
use your
backed
shield
away,
to
doesn't
bash
it?
in, to try to bash it into the ground. Nothing happens. As you do so, you trip over your own feet and dig into the ground, uprooting more of the plant life around you.
curse the consequences of my own dice rolls.
Actual one. It's not like you dug into your own foot.
Well, I am mounted, so either it's an achievement.
Either way, you didn't cause harm to yourself. Anyways, this thing is currently in a force cage bubble thing. I think the cage is 10 feet tall, and you said it's floating a little bit, Boom. So you're probably floating enough that it can't, like, jump out.
Bonk.
It's too big to fit through the gap between the top of the fourth wall.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
And they don't have
fourth
enough,
wall on the ceiling?
and they can't dig through either. I think that's what he was trying to get at.
Yeah. So it basically just wasted its turn there. I'm rolling something in secret, not secret. Okay. Toulouse.
Jen, Gwen, and
16.
and I got this pasted up for that.
19. Another 9. 28. Another 8. 36.
Does my sneak attack work? or
Plus
do
your
I
sneak
need it?
attack, because Bract and Gothos are there.
Sneak attack. Oh,
This thing is red mist.
This thing is straight up dead. You gut into this thing and it hits the ground. And I'm going to describe later what it happens to it, but right now it's dead. Toulouse, anything else? I think you can
Dead
move.
right now.
no, that's it.
Okay.
No more. Yeah, that's it.
Theoretically, combat is over unless you guys drop the system or unless you cast magic. Kubo.
I am going to raise both of my arms, put my hands together, and then spread them out in a wide wave, creating a wall of fire.
Come on,
inside
man.
The force cage, so that it's above the ground and isolated from everybody else, and it's right up against the force cage.
Yeah, and it can't really get out.
Yeah, like here, just around.
I just reacted to the word fire. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's on the inside of the force cage.
How
right around
long does
outside
the
edge,
firewall
pointing
last?
In. Just a second.
I think it's a minute.
I will tell you. Concentration up to 1 minute, and it's pointing in at them, so they are going to bake.
Yeah. Roll damage 8 times.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here like, this seems mean.
That's 21 fire damage.
This is the part in Monster Hunter where we sharpen our weapons.
30.
Yeah.
These things are burning in the fire. Boom's just kind of got a 1,000-yard stare as he's practically burning or staring through them.
You made this happen. No.
Yeah.
8. So 29 plus 23 plus 28 plus 28 plus 28 plus 28 plus 30 plus 21.
6,
What the heck?
80, 100.
So I think what we've determined is that Kobo is apparently the doll from the Chucky movies. And he's
I'm
in
not the
the
doll.
Saul.
I am not the doll from the Chucky movies. Boom set it up. It's not going to burn anything on the ground anymore. It's literally
No,
up in the air.
no. But you just like animate coins and just make them tear apart our allies and other people, trap things in walls of force and burn them out of existence.
Yeah. These things are basically baking inside of an oven. Eventually, the air inside does
215
gut the
points.
flame well below the time frame of 10 minutes. But these things are dead before that even happens.
So we have a shake and bake.
Yeah.
It is a better combination than what one of my other parties used to like to do. Wall of Force and Toxic Cloud, or what is it called?
Yeah.
Thinking cloud?
Instant gas chamber.
Wow.
If you play with a real like hardcore DM, you can light a fire inside one of those things and make sure that it doesn't pass gas. So you can just no air, create a vacuum.
Suffocation.
Well, there is a gap at the top, so it had enough air to suck in and burn for the entire duration.
I know. So it would have actually been awful. There would have been like a chimney effect. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, but within the minute, they straight up would have died.
Yeah.
Technically, you would have 10 rounds of damage, but whatever. I don't care enough.
Eight was good enough. I can do the other 2.
Do we want to do another charnel house? No, they're dead. Let's go.
Anyways, as these
gonna
things straight up
salvage the meat.
die inside the force cage, they just pop like a balloon. Inside, spores are sporadically jettisoned out, and the wall itself from the roof begins to pour them underneath. You guys can easily move, however, before that happens. The one by Brack, Toulouse, and Gothos also explodes, releasing a fragment grenade of spores, sweet-smelling though they may be. And then box text. The creature bursts like an overfull wineskin, releasing a clear ichor and a cloud of dusty spores. The deflating bulk of its body sinks back beneath the shimmering fungal field, except for the 2 in the field wall force, where you stand. Your vision starts to swim and you feel dizzy and faint. Your limbs are numb and your legs no longer support you. I want everyone to go ahead and roll for me an intelligence check.
Everybody around him or everybody?
No,
Everyone.
check, not saving throw. No help from me.
Okay. Intelligent check, not saving throw. Interesting.
As we all descend into the void.
This is
I'm
not
clearly
Arcana,
still enchanted by the
so
fire,
what?
entranced by the fire.
Except for Toulouse, actually. Toulouse is
it.
gonna be good.
Nothing to
These
gain,
things
nothing to
blew
lose.
up, basically.
You boom.
That would be a 23 total for me.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. You know what? I'm using my inspiration.
You don't have to.
Okay.
I'm straight up telling you, which a check and a save are different. Don't worry about the check.
Okay.
I don't know. Depends on what you do. Toulouse and Kobo.
I'm confused.
Depends on what you do. Toulouse and Kobo, you can tell that these spores are not going to do any physical damage. This is what the check is for. It doesn't seem to present any bodily harm, at least not in theory. From what you can tell and from what both of you understand, this is an entryway to rapport with Aramakos. The thing you were going to rapport with anyways is just now, to be blunt, happening forcefully because you blew up its security. You can also
did
both
wanna-
tell while under these effects you will be paralyzed so long as this is happening.
Okay.
There's nothing we could do
Is
to
there a
like
way
negate
for
it.
me to? Is there a way for me to avoid getting hit by the spores?
No.
If they were up, coming down, can I Misty Step bonus action away or
No.
something? Or
I will tell you that you know all this, Toulouse and Kobo, but you are aware. Like, you tell everyone this, and if those of you don't want to, commune with this thing, I will say those of you trying to resist it, intelligence saves at that point. So, if you want Gothos, you can use it for that. That being the case for everyone else, you would be instantly drowsed into a state of theoretical numbness as you hit the ground and commune with the mushrooms around you. AKA Aramakos. Aramakos? Araumycos.
I'm going to use a lucky point.
If you want to. I think you still have your Bardic Inspiration.
Do I have to roll for Tannhauser or as a spectral being? Do they not have to do that?
This is a saving throw.
You would have to, if you don't want to commune with this thing.
Isn't that so I'm a little confused right now. Were we trying to commune with this thing?
Yes, which is why I'm curious why some of you are trying to save.
I'm not trying.
This is a forceful communion, though, so if you're wanting to go on your own terms, you're more than welcome to do a save. Otherwise, your body will be paralyzed and you'll be communing with this thing.
I figure
That's
the
our
people who wanna
hesitation.
Talk, I figure those people who want to talk go right ahead. I want to resist so that there's somebody awake to protect our unconscious bodies.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I was just making sure I knew exactly what was going on to make my decision. That's
Yeah.
all.
This is why I was
I-
asking about Tannhauser. If Tannhauser doesn't have to come in with us, if she doesn't have to breathe the spores, then I still have save. All right.
All right.
If I don't want to
What was it?
resist, but I want to cast a spell,
Sorry,
is
is
that
it a
possible?
save for Tannhauser or is it a check?
Save.
Save for Tannhauser.
Yeah.
Cool.
The check was to see like what's happening, what's going on. The save is if you're trying not to let this happen to you. Boom. Go ahead.
Want to go ahead and succumb to the effect, but want to cast a spell first. Am I able to?
I'm gonna say you like have a reaction to do it. Yeah.
Tannhauser can
Alright.
be a man on the outside. We maintain a mental link. It'll be fine.
I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, shoot. No, I can't do that. Never mind. Oh, wait, no. Maybe... Hold on. Let me see.
Does a 13 actually resist, or do I need to use a luck point to try again?
Not telling you.
I love it. I love strict DM.
Jeez.
Roll the dice. Add your bonuses as you will.
Never mind. The thing I would need to... I'm not...
BRB.
Yeah, I can't cast a spell, so I'll just succumb to the effect normally and keep my spell slot.
Okay.
I try to resist with a 13. That's what I've got. I'm not going to burn my luck point just yet.
Okay.
Decided not to.
Okay. All of you just feel yourselves being drowsy. Even those of you that
17. He might not be hit.
all of you start to feel drowsy. Even those of you, I'm not saying whether or not you save or not until the last bit of this, begin to feel drowsy, regardless of being saved or not. Even those able to be resistant or not affected by this sleeping kind of mindset, aka elves. Although it doesn't say it specifically, I'm pretty sure that's what it's implying in the PDF. However, as you begin to drowse away, Gothos and Brat both feel you're able to still your minds strong enough to resist it.
Athos roll was for Tannhauser.
Yeah, that was the Tannhauser roll. Sorry, the 21 was the Tannhauser roll.
I just saw the name Gothos and assumed. I
Yeah,
even heard you
I-
say this, except for Tannhauser and Brat. Unfortunately, 13 wasn't enough.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going in, guys.
Okay.
Brad's out there, Tannhauser's out there, 2 people protecting us.
A person and a spider, and the spider doesn't have to listen to Brat whatsoever.
But
Rack made it?
has a mental link with Gothos.
How about conscious?
Would I have made it? Oh, wow.
Of course,
Alright.
you're a fucking wizard. You're supposed to make toads.
Would I have made it? No, it doesn't matter. We'll never know.
You can roll if you want to. As you begin to commune, and those of you that don't,
Find
you
Steed,
find
okay.
Steed. Does it say like
Sorry.
even while unconscious you can commune with it?
That's what I'm looking at. Sorry.
Okay.
Well,
As
is
we
he
figure that
unconscious,
one out
or is
later.
His mind,
I'm
is his body paralyzed while his mind is still awake?
It straight up just says it acts as a astral projection spell. So whatever that is.
I pull that out.
Anyways, as the team begins to dream and various others begin to stir awake, mainly a giant spider and Bract, those of you that are unconscious, you are floating weightless adrift, A gray, silvery light spreads around you like a dawn of a cloudy day, illuminating a peculiar realm. All of you are floating in a silvery haze that shimmers with swirls of color. Objects that drift past in the distance, but whether they are small stones or rocks the size of mountains, you can't say for sure. Your moment of reverie is broken by the sound of Basidia's voice in your minds. As you are communing with him, psychically with the spores, and because you're quite literally in the fungal network, he then states, "All right, then, it begins." Now, all of you are physically linked by the spores of the Myconoids Sovereign and Armalcos now. You are aware of the Demon Queen and her minions performing Zuckmoy's demonic ritual, aka the wedding. And because of this, I'm going to say, even though your mental link isn't there, your spore link is. So, Gothos, you can still communicate with your spider. That makes sense.
The thing says, while your steed is within 1 mile of you, you can communicate telepathically. I guess if you're unconscious, maybe that's a difference, but I'm communicating with other people, so I'm clearly not that unconscious. Anyway, moving on.
Let's just say the spores bypass it. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to do this while asleep, but let's say spores bypass. Anyways, through your link with Basidia, you sense that Zuckmoy's wedding ceremony has begun, as you hear timbering bells and various chants, as some of you have heard before. Receiving the Myconoid's impressions, you become aware of a huge crowd of fungal creatures. This network is shown to you, and spore servants, hundreds, perhaps thousands of them, already gathered, watching as a grotesque procession comes its way through them. Myconoids of all sizes caper madly before a troop of giant animated mushrooms, bearing a mossy litter upon which sits the... Yeah, litter. I don't know what that means, but okay.
A litter is like when you see slaves, like on their shoulder, they're carrying like a platform.
Okay, that makes sense. And that checks out. Bearing a mossy litter, which upon sits the Demon Queen of Fungi in all her terrible splendor. Zuckmoy is draped and veiled in mold and fruiting mushrooms, woven into a grotesque gown. Vaguely humanoid figures set with clusters of luminescent lichen and Tumescent fungi, Tumescent, fungal growths. Follow her like
Lumescent?
sure, her like bridesmaids, carrying a veil and train of lacy mycelia. Stepping off the litter is her follower. Set it down. Okay, the Demon Queen of Fungi raises to the tower above all the creatures around her. My betrothed, she intunes, the meaning of her words clear within the vision. I am here at last. You can tell that you are moments away from potential risk factor, moments away from helping out.
Burn it down.
These steps have already been taken, and you all know that you are in this network and can help. You will likely be in a psychic sleep state to defeat these things, as you've dealt with the bottle before. You've burnt it away, but that didn't solve the problem for that long. And now fully powered, the real thing you probably have to do is defeat the mind right now. To slow it down, at the very least, stop it so you can get there physically. However, with only some of you there, well, your strength has diminished. Let's say by one bract and one giant spider. What'll happen next?
No. Okay.
We will have to wait and find out next time, as we end the session for today.